With the 2023 college football season coming to an end soon, there is one team that I really need to talk about, and that is the Oregon Ducks. The Oregon Ducks have really been getting a lot more national attention lately, and despite their one loss, a lot of people are looking at them like national title contenders and possibly the best team in the country. Now, this may be very high standards for Ducks fans because we know how Ducks play every season. We know that they start the season off good. They play good and then they lose games near the end of the year. They've been like that for 10 years now. But this Oregon team looks different, and I'm going to be listing 7 reasons why I think Oregon can win the national title this year. And I'm going to start this off with the first reason. And the first reason is Coach Dan Lanning. Now, he was the defensive coordinator for the 2021 Georgia team who went 14-1, and they won a national title that year. Ever since coming to Oregon, he has brought a different fire under this team. More so this year than last year, as they're now more defensive minded and they're putting together one of the best classes in recruiting in the country, with possibly the best defensive line coming up in a couple years, maybe as soon as next year. This defense is looking very good this year, and that's my next reason, is because they have a very improved defense. At my second reason, now they're 10th on points per game this year on defense. That is very improved from where they were last year. Last year they were only 77th ranking in points per game. This year they are 10th in points per game on defense. Last year they were only 77th. That is a very big improvement. And this team, it's not like they were even that bad last year. I mean, they were so close to making the college football playoffs. They were a couple plays away, which I'll get to later in the video more. But along with playing one of the best offenses in the country, Washington, this year, and playing the air raid Texas Tech offense, the Ducks have also sacked the quarterback 27 times, which is 12th in the country, along with being 13 in rushing defense. Their front seven does a very good job on defense. They also have some pretty talented players in the secondary. I would be scared to play against Dan Lanning in that very improved defense. So watch out for that defense. It can definitely do a lot of work this season coming up near the end of the season. And don't be surprised if you see the Ducks in the playoffs. Now, another reason this team has a shot at a national title is because of their offense. I know they always have a good offense, but it hasn't really got them a national title because they haven't had a defense. They haven't had a very good defense like they do this year. But the offense is one of the best in the country. The offensive line really does its job, which I'll get to in a minute. But Bo Nix has got to be one of the most improved quarterbacks from where he was at Auburn, as he is a very smarter player now, and he's only thrown 1 interception all year, along with having a 78.3 completion rate, which is the best in the country. And the offense has only turned the ball over twice this year. They also have a great number 1 receiver in Troy Franklin, who is 7th in receiving yards all year. He's very underrated in my opinion. They also have one of the best pair of running backs who average 7.2 and 8 yards per carry. Their offense isn't one-dimensional, and it's a very dangerous offense to play against. Anybody who plays against this offense should be scared to play them. Like I was talking about before, their offensive line, that's my 4th reason. They have a very elite offensive line. I saved this for my 4th reason, well, because elite offensive lines win championships. I mean, just look back to the last national championship winners. They all had elite offensive lines. When you can protect your quarterback really well and create room for your already good running backs, you're going to do a great job. Bo Nix has only taken 4 sacks this year. Oregon has also brought in different players on the offensive line from what they had last year. Last year they had a decent O-line, but it's even more improved this year from where they were last year, and it's only going to keep getting better. At number 5 for my 5th reason, it's because they're very disciplined. That's another reason this team has a big shot at winning the national title. Now, don't get me wrong, I know they've had a lot of penalties this year, but the last few games they have really cut down on the penalties, and it seems the team gets more disciplined every single week. A big part of that is Dan Lanning and having the biggest veteran in college football, Bo Nix, who makes very little mistakes. Dan Lanning knows what to say to keep his guys motivated every week, and he has built an SEC type of program. A big reason I say they're disciplined is because they don't let people get in their heads, and they don't get stupid penalties from taunting or trash talk. They really focus on winning the game. This team looks more and more focused every week, and you gotta give props to them. They definitely control their own destiny. And on to my 6th reason, they control their own destiny. Look, they have done everything they need to do this season, despite their loss to Washington. They have looked dominant in every game this season, except for that Texas Tech game, which was at the start of the season. And they played well even against Washington. They just had some costly 4th down mistakes, which Dan Lanning wishes he had back. But if Oregon gets a rematch with Washington in the Pac-12 championship, I think Oregon will control that game completely, but actually win it this time. They have 4 games left on the season, and 3 of them are at home, and 2 of them are against top 25 teams, so it definitely won't be an easy road, but they definitely control their own destiny. Their only road game is against Arizona State. Now, I know this team loses November games every year, but this is a different team, and Dan Lanning is their coach. Last year, if Bo Nix didn't get hurt, they could have had a case for the college football playoffs. Ever since that loss to Georgia and Bo Nix and Dan Lanning's first game at Oregon, they have gotten better every single week, and they need to avenge last season. They also have to take care of business this November, this time around, but their defense is improved, and they're playing the best football since the early 2010s in my eyes, where they had 2 national title appearances, from 2010 to 2014. But this time around, they might actually win it all. For my last reason, I think the Ducks can win a national championship is because they might have the most complete team in the country. Now, I may be making a very controversial video. People may not agree and think Oregon is overrated, and we're all entitled to our own opinions, and I will respect your opinion no matter what. But you can't ignore the facts. This year, Oregon is a way better team than last year, and they were a couple plays from making the college football playoffs last year. Bo Nix getting hurt made it very tough for them. You can't ignore the numbers and stats of how better Oregon's defense is. Despite playing in a tougher conference than it was last year, they have looked very dominant on both sides of the ball, and I'm not the only one talking about them winning it all. They're getting a lot of attention from experts and national media, and I had to make a video on them because of how popular they've been. Look, this video can definitely age well if they lose in November, but you still got to give props for what Dan Lanning is doing for this team. And they're building a team with a defense that will compete in the Big Ten in the future. If I look at the most complete teams in the country right now, I will look at Georgia, Michigan, and I'll add Oregon in there. Oregon looks like a very complete team despite their 1 loss. Not saying they are the most complete team, but they have to be in the conversation, and the Ducks are a very legit team. And that's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now, I'm recording this on a Friday, and I'm not going to post this on a Friday, because if the Ducks lose tomorrow, this could completely age well. And I might not even be posting this. Who knows? But this video will go up on a Sunday. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And hopefully the Ducks take care of business against Cal. And if you are watching this video, they did. So, subscribe to my channel. Like the video. Comment any input you have down below. Just really comment anything that interests you. I will talk to you guys. I will respond in the comments. And another place we can talk is in my Discord server, which is down in the description below. I created a Discord server for a community, and I hope I could get some people to join. I would really enjoy that. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and peace out, guys.